Hey guys, how's it going? I'm over here with Andy. We're gonna be checking out some amazing animals from Morelia, like this carpet python slash chondro, tegus, some gargoyles, a bunch of extra stuff. But let's get started with this one right here. What do you got to say about this guy?
This is an awesome animal. It laid a clutch of 12 eggs. I only managed to get 3 babies out of it.
Oof.
Every one of them completely different. One with I bred her. She is jungle. She's half jungle and half, 50-50.
Mm-hmm.
So half chondro, half jungle. And I bred her to a caramel male, and so I got male, the male one that looked like a caramel that some girl just snagged. Actually, that might have been the female even.
Was that the one at the show?
Yeah, it was actually.
That was a beautiful one. Yeah.
It was really good looking, kind of bitey, a whole lot of fun. But and then I got 2 others, and they're both upstairs, and I'll show them to you when we get up there.
Awesome.
And yeah, this girl is awesome. She's sweet to handle. She's a really nice snake. She's super inquisitive, and she loves food. If you open the cage, she is always ready to come at you to eat. You gotta use the hook with her, or you're just asking to get nailed. You know?
My jungle's the same. I never go. I mean, even if I don't know, she's what, like 3 feet, something like that. She's not very big right now, but yeah, if I don't use a hook, I'm gonna get nailed.
Wicked awesome snake. If you like how these animals look, just go for it. These are really cool animals.
So, are there any, I don't know, specific difficulties when it comes to hybridizations like this versus just breeding your standard carpet to carpet?
I didn't really have that big of a problem myself, but the guy who sold me this animal, he's been selling these for a while now, and I'm the first guy who's ever produced anything with one of his animals.
Oh, really?
So I really don't know. It seemed to go pretty good for me, and I'm thinking about trying it with the jungle this year, and because I got one more year that I could breed her, then I'm gonna give her a year off.
Yeah.
So I might throw a jungle at her, but then it's a good method, and I'll show you that upstairs.
Yeah, cool. Let's go check it.
Room. Don't mind the wallpaper, but everything else about it is pretty cool.
Mine's the same way.
I love that wallpaper. I'm just gonna say
It's the worst. I try to cover it as much as I can, but what can you do?
People like that kind of stuff. So.
Yeah, I just wasn't in a spot to remodel the room, before I moved everything in. So
That's okay. My building, I keep all my reptiles on the upper floor because it's insulated better. It's all heated.
yeah,
Everyone just asks me constantly, why do you have reptiles in an attic? So
yeah.
I get it. Yeah, the aesthetics were not what I was going with when I have everything set up.
The seasons,
Yeah.
It seems to help.
Natural light's also great for videos.
Yeah, sure.
Look at these guys.
I don't know. What would you like to start with? What do you want to talk about?
Well, I figure we'll just...
Okay.
All right.
All right. Well,
There's a lot to look at.
yeah, I've got quite a few snakes, and we've got a few babies. And wanna take a look at these capondro babies?
Oh yeah, definitely.
Because we were just talking about the capondro, so might as well. This right here is the gold one that I've been selling, that I've been trying to sell. It's a really sweet little animal. It's beautiful. Let me pull it out. But yeah, I mean, look at the markings on this thing. It doesn't look anything like a carpet python, but it does look like a carpet python. I found the one that I had before, I had a 25%er, and as it grew up, the head had like this smooth look to it. I'm not sure if all the 25%ers get that look, but it really, it made it easy to distinguish it between a carpet python and and a 25% capondro. So, and the markings are just, I mean,
they're gorgeous.
You don't
Almost looks
see
like,
nothing
yeah,
like
like a leopard or jaguar pattern going on.
Yeah, it's insane. It's really cool. I kind of wish the golds were a little more, in like carpet, like jungle-ish, but it's still a really cool.
It's still
animal.
really nice, yeah, for sure.
For sure.
Yeah, I don't know. In my opinion, you can't beat the jungle yellow.
Yeah.
Especially with what some people are doing, and almost like, I mean, some of them just look neon at this point.
Now look at this one here. This is the other one that I'm keeping. And this one is
You know, for a
just...
snake that has a chondro in it, it sure is spending a lot of time underneath the substrate.
Yeah, right? The other one, the orange one, the one that I sold,
Oh,
perched
wow.
like crazy. But look at this guy.
Yeah, that one's nice.
That one's like...
Yeah, this is exactly what mine does. It's this like twitchy.
Yeah, this one's, it's just not used to being held yet, but it's actually a nice animal. It doesn't really, it's not bitey or anything. But, you know, the yellow, I mean, it's different than what you see on a carpet python. It's more creamy.
That's what I was just about to say. It's almost like
kinda-
a beige versus then like, you can see over here, like these yellows.
God knows what's going to happen when it grows up.
Exactly.
You know? But it's still really, really neat. And the head marking is just
That's
insane.
Absolute hands down.
Yeah.
My favorite thing about the carpet pythons
I was thinking
are
about
the
calling
head stamps.
I was thinking about calling her Owl because she has to. It looks like an owl sitting on her head.
Mine looks like it has a stick figure and has like a petal head, so it looks like a flower person.
Yeah.
That's the sole reason why I bought that snake.
I like those little things for them to get up
Yeah,
on.
yeah.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, it's just a chunk of fencing that I just cut up. Actually, I'll just.
People like
that
to use
in
that
there.
in egg crates as well. Work really good.
Yeah, I
Is
see
this
a
all
lot of guys using these for carpets, but my carpets don't use them, so I only use them for the chondros.
This is plywood or melamine? No.
Yeah, these are all made out of birch wood.
Did you ever use melamine at one point?
No, I went straight for this stuff because I seen melamine fall apart in the 80s, and I was like, I ain't going with that stuff.
Everyone seems to do the same thing. They buy the melamine, then they get rid of it and they go with wood. So I usually just buy PVC right now for my racks and everything.
Yep.
Of course, right now I'm just using, the poor guy's method. I get the Walmart shelves and I just have tub on tub.
Yeah, right.
But yeah, I'll be going straight to it.
Let's see.
I noticed we have John Doe over here.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
John Doe's on the bottom.
Oh, on the bottom?
Yeah, the middle.
He's huge, wow.
Yeah, he's a big boy. Yeah,
We saw him at the expo.
Yeah, I bring him to expos all the time because he's totally cool with it. You know, he doesn't get all freaked out, and I just leave the females at home. And I don't know, I hope nobody thinks I'm hiding something or something, when I do, but I leave him at home because I don't want him to stress out. Oh, look at him doing that. I hate when they do that.
Is he on the wood?
See, the thing is they push down this little crack right here, and he's just doing it because he wants to come out and see everybody. Because he hears all the people talking. He's real personable for a carpet python,
Well, that's what I love about
Totally
the carpets,
digs
and I
people.
hate the negative stereotype around them because 10 out of 10, carpets are way better than ball pythons.
Yeah, I think he might have
Got a
stuck up
doogie in there.
his hide box too. Come here, buddy. Come here, John Doe. Yeah, he's a good guy. He makes awesome babies. He has no lineage.
Oh, same head stamp. That's funny.
Yeah. Yeah, this guy, he's got no lineage at all. But he makes such awesome babies, especially when I put him with this girl here.
Now, how important
That's
is
Bonnie
lineage
right
in the Morelia community?
It is. People want to know where the snakes are coming from, and I generally, when I have the lineage of like a well-known, like if you have like a scattershot animal or you have a blaze animal or something like that, it just adds a lot of value to what you're selling.
Was that a diamond mix?
That's a diamond jungle cross. She's gonna breed this year for the first time, so if you wanted the diamond jungle cross.
I'm gonna have to take you up on that, man.
Yeah,
I
awesome.
love diamonds, but I hear they're not the
They're
most hardy.
They're not so easy to care for as in your basic reptile room because they like lower temperatures. So you end up having to have another area to keep them. And if you want to breed them, you're talking about open up windows in the winter and stuff like that to get them stimulated.
Yeah, I heard they're
breed.
not brumation, but that cycling period. It's got to get low.
And you got it too.
Yeah.
If you really want it to happen. And that's basically the reason I got into the 50/50s because
You still kind of get the look. The diamonds get a little blown up, but still an absolute beautiful snake. And you don't have to deal with the BS with it.
Yeah. Check this out right here. Actually, I want to get a hook because it's just smart. Yeah, this is key.
Yeah, I think I have like the exact same
Everybody
one.
who has a carpet python needs one of these. If you got a dog, you got a leash. If you got a carpet python, you got a hook. Okay. And this right here is another diamond jungle cross, but this is this is a jag.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, so he's pretty spectacular. I got really lucky when I found him. A buddy of mine had bred him and had him at a show.
Wow.
And look at that.
Look
right?
at those colors, man.
Look at that thing. He is unbelievable. And as you can see, he's not a monster. He's not biting us. He's not attacking us. I just used the hook just to be safe. Put it in between him and me when I'm changing the water, things like that.
Yeah, there's also, there's a lot of stereotypes with the jag, especially. Kind of the same thing going on with spiders and ball pythons.
He is kind of wonky. This guy, his head will go upside down sometimes, but he's super friendly. He's in a collection, living in someone's house.
Yeah.
You know, I mean, out in the jungle, this guy wouldn't survive 2 seconds. But yeah, as a pet, great animal.
He's awesome.
I am leaning towards not breeding jags as much. You know, I mean, I do have jag stuff, and I have a bit of it, but not a ton. And I'm kind of...
this guy right below? It's...
that's an ocelot. That's an ocelot jag.
Yeah.
And it's a female, and this is the snake that I don't trust. This one right here will, if you touch her with your hands, she will light you up. But she'll let you pick her up with a hook. She'll let you, take her across the room, clean out, put her in a box or something, clean out her cage, put her back. She's totally cool. But once you lay hands on her, she fucking nail you in 2 seconds. It's like,
it's always a
what
huge
is wrong
bummer
with you?
when you got stuff like this where you get those slight like mental tics.
Yeah.
It's always the prettiest genes out of all of them.
Now that guy is gonna breed with this girl this year. So let's take her out and check her out. She's finally starting to put on a little bit of weight. She's still kind of small. I wish I kind of fed her a little stronger, but I like to grow them slow, you know?
Yep, I've been doing the same thing.
So
this is what I absolutely love about the diamonds. You can still, the patterning is just so much different from your standard coastal or jungle.
yeah, sure.
It's like these nice little speckles, and it almost brings like a new vibrance to the scales.
The rosette style little, and then the, it's just insane. And I really was hoping that this animal was going to have the yellow rosettes and the white dots,
Oh, yeah.
But she's just all yellow.
Regardless,
all over.
still just beautiful.
But still beautiful, yeah. And crossed with that guy up there.
Gonna make some good stuff.
Yeah. And I'll have jags and I'll have regular 50-50s. So that's going to be a whole lot of...
Yeah, so what, jag is co-dominant or dominant?
Jag's incomplete dominant.
Okay.
And yeah, but if you breed 2 of them together,
it's one of those lethal things.
It's lethal, yeah. The lungs don't form right or something, and they just don't make it. I've heard of a few guys having one live 1 or 2 days, and that's about it. And I try to avoid going jag to jag. I've put jags together because of the ocelot thing, but now I have non-jag ocelots too, so I'm hoping that I can get my ocelots breeding soon. Here's this guy right here. He's
oh wow,
absolutely insane. Come here, buddy.
I cannot tell which one I like more. Either the big contrast between the jungles and the stripes of yellow and black, or the least amount of black, like with this, where you get mostly a yellow snake.
Yeah, I was actually talking about yellow snakes. I want to look at this one at some point. Down here.
I mean, this guy's due for a shed right now. And look at him.
Still,
He's just insane. Hey, buddy, how you doing? Your box clean? Yeah, good. But yeah, he's got the cool ocelotting pattern, pretty much all the way down to like right here or so. Yep. And then you get a little bit, this is like an ocelot trait too, when you get that magnifying glass look.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, but the thing I like about it is these lines that run down the body.
I dig the lines.
Mike Curtin has some that just jig all the way down, and it is just so cool. I mean, that's what really got me into ocelots. And I really don't even have jags other than the ocelots and that diamond jag up there. So, but yeah, if you want to get into them, you know, you got to deal with the jag. And this guy, he's never been wonky.
Not too bad.
Not at all. I've never seen it. That doesn't mean he ain't gonna all of a sudden one day go, you know. But you know, he's been pretty good so far. And I've got another tiger over there that has never shown any. And he's got to be shit 6-7 years old now. And I haven't seen any wonkiness from him either. But I have his sister, and his sister's kind of all over the place. So.
Those are nice. You see, you built all this yourself?
Yes, I do build my own cages. These are all one unit.
Yeah.
I built those just for the males, you know, so that because the males are generally smaller, they do okay in a cage this size. And then all the females have, you know, pretty much a 2x2x4 cage. And
are you running any heating setup?
Shorter, but sorry?
Are you running any heating setup?
Yeah, my heat right here. You have panels.
Oh, okay.
And
yeah, I can see it now. Good.
I use the Pro Products panels.
Nice.
Really good stuff. What I do on these cages is every other cage, like this cage has a panel. And then this cage, he gets heat from the panel below him.
Smart.
This guy has a panel, you know, and then the top one has a panel, but this one doesn't. So that's how I do that all the way up.
Yeah.
And it saves you some big money, and I've never had an animal not poop, so I must be,
That's
doing
good stuff. Yeah,
Yeah.
so one's getting overhead, one's getting belly heat.
And yeah, as long as you don't put too much, like they'll tell you to put like a piece of insulation between the heater itself and the ceiling, you know. And but if you just use like a thin piece of PVC or something in between, you know, that lets the heat travel through a lot better. And so that's what I'm doing. Yeah, saved me a ton of money on panels.
That's good stuff. These look great.
Yeah. Wait till I show you the baby that he produced this year. Come here, buddy. This is number 6. Wow. Come here, buddy.
I dig the zebras.
Yeah, I do too. There you go. There you go, pal. Okay. Yeah, I really do like zebras. I have no interest in super zebras. I'll never breed them. Could care less.
Because of the kinking or just the look?
Just it turns it into a brown snake. Who wants a brown snake? You know,
they look cool as babies. They're like almost I don't know, like a charcoaly gray color.
Yeah. But they have no pattern as they get older. They're a brown and. But zebras are really cool though. I love them. And this guy's a nice specimen. I got him from Headhunter. He's a really cool guy, and he's a really nice dude too. He's one of those snakes I have that you can just reach in the cage anytime,
grab it.
and he's just chill. I don't think I've ever been popped by this snake. He was a little bitey when he was young, but he snapped right out of it.
He seemed to like mellow out after 2 years or so.
See the S on his head? That's when I saw that, and he was number 6 in the batch, and I saw the S on his head. I was like, yeah, he's number 6.
Good stuff.
So that's how I get most of my names, like Indian style, you know. I see a bear running down the street, and I'm like, bear running in the street. Yeah. Made this. Wham! This baby's just from this year.
Wow, look how yellow it already is.
Yeah, I mean, Jesus. I mean, if you want to compare to her sister. Oh wait, that's not her. Sorry.
I do this on the daily.
Mm-hmm.
Compare to her sister. I already sold one of them. But that's the sister right there. I mean,
look at how much she's still the browns at that age, but the other one's straight yellow.
I mean, this is a very nice zebra, but that one's just off.
Yeah, that's a stunner. Yeah.
I don't know what happened there, but she just is a couple steps ahead. And when I was saying about John Doe and Bonnie up there, how they produce weird-looking snakes.
Yeah.
Check these out. Look at the markings on that. What? What happened? I don't even know what that is.
It's like a fat stripe.
Yeah, right? I don't know what that is, but I got 2 of them, and they both look like that. And I'm gonna breed them together and see if I can make, I don't know,
Something out of it.
Something weird, you know?
That's crazy.
Yeah, it's insane.
It looks like, yeah, it's like half and half a different snake.
Yeah. So she's like, yeah, he's got another meal for me.
I just fed all my ball pythons right before we left, and the only time you'll see an active ball python is right after you feed them, so you gotta check, make sure they all ate, and you just see a snake like look at you when you open the rack.
Good girl. Now she's the wonky one. She's,
Yeah.
She's a tiger jag. She's got a full, nice, lovely stripe. Yeah, go back in your house so I can take you out.
Do one or the other.
Okay, yeah.
It's
Maybe
so
we'll
different
have some
looking than the
success.
others. That's why it
There we
caught
go.
my eye.
Yeah, I mean that's a pretty cool tiger jag right there. Just creamy, awesome. I mean this animal hasn't shed in a while either, and she looks really good. I mean they don't glow because she's 100% coastal, and they're not gonna glow like the jungles, you know. But I mean that's pretty bright and clean.
I always appreciate the size that the coastals get.
Yeah, yeah, they definitely get some heft to them. It's weird. She's not as hefty as her brother. Her brother's right in here. And this is Sagan, by the way. She's a super cool animal. Really, really easy going. I like this snake. And I sold her at one point, and the guy called me, and I really regretted it. And the guy called me and asked me if I wanted her back. I bought her back right like that. So she's back.
I've had a few sells over the years now where I'm like, people will send me update pics and they're like, yeah, look at this. Even with like my super dowels,
Yeah.
they'll send me, you know, it leaves my place with like 15 spots, and they send me a picture and it has like, you know, 73 spots at, you know,
Right.
a year and a half
Right.
old. I'm like, fuck.
Yeah, right?
How much money you want for it? I want it back.
You know, breeding season's right around the
Come
corner.
on, yeah.
Oh,
Oh man, look at that.
Hobbs is about to shed. He's in shed right now. I kind of feel bad for opening his box on him like that, but this is the brother of that girl, and I think about putting him with her and getting a whole bunch of these, you know, but I don't know. I don't know if I want, you know, 20 of these, you know. I'm not...
Good stuff, man. All right, well, thank you for having me come over. I learned some cool tips and tricks right now. We got the takeout food thing. We got this stuff going on. I might be tweaking some stuff in my room because of this visit.
I got one more tip I wanted to show you. Where the hell is it? Right here. This is a very simple thing, but a lot of guys don't know about it, right? And this right here, that bit on a drill, it's called a step bit. If you want to drill perfect holes in your plastic without cracking it, and you can make the holes any size you want within, you know, the thickness of this thing. Awesome way to make your holes.
This man's a game changer. Do you know how many times I've cracked it or like...
Oh, you should hear him when he's drilling holes.
Yeah.
I've ripped up my knuckles
you
before
gotta-
too, because
that's
you gotta like
what-
hold it so tight, because if it's just a regular screw bit.
Just go to Harbor Freight. If you go to Lowe's, they're really expensive. If you go to Harbor Freight, they're really
Wicked
cheap. You don't need the fancy ones because you just drill plastic.
Yeah, exactly.
Oh,
Awesome,
okay.
man.
Back-
Well, I really appreciate it.
Yeah, no problem.
Yeah, man, I had a good time. A lot of cool
That was
snakes. If people want to find you anywhere, where can they get you at?
I'm on Facebook under Andy Simmons. I don't have Andrew's Reptiles Facebook, but I'm pretty easy to find. I got a big old carpet python for a logo and up there. And let's see, I'm on Andrew's Gargoyle and Carpet on Instagram. And hopefully we're going to be making a page for YouTube pretty soon to do do-it-yourself reptile projects, you know, of all kinds.
Wicked nice. I'll be bringing your people here because a lot of people ask me about do-it-yourself, and I don't do it yourself. I ain't got the tools.
Yeah. I've been doing it myself since I was a kid. So, you know, back when I first started keeping reptiles, they didn't make cages. Yeah, I had to do them myself. So that's where I started.
Awesome.
Good stuff.